The Bills blitz Mahomes on just one of his 63 dropbacks, the second lowest blitz rate anyone has faced in a game over the last 5 seasons. He also saw 2 high safeties on nearly 90% of his dropbacks, the highest rate any quarterback has faced in a game over that same span. And certainly adjustments have happened since then. So, Key, how much can you really take from the first meeting between these two teams?
Well, you can take a lot from it, Laura, right? Patrick Mahomes dropped back and threw the ball 54 times. That's a lot. I don't envision him throwing the ball 54 times against the Bills at all. And he won't turn the ball over. This is a much different football team than it was when they met in the regular season. When you look at this football team and you go back to looking at last week against the Pittsburgh Steelers, he was slicing and dicing and being Patrick Mahomes. But also get this, the Kansas City Chiefs have never, ever lost to a team twice in a season in Arrowhead. So they already beat them once, and it probably won't happen again.
Amen. Amen. Listen.
Amen.
I know we've been talking about Josh Allen, and I know he's been phenomenal. But Buffalo Bills, defense. Don't forget Patrick Mahomes can run. I know he walk out the van like a soccer mom, and his feet like he walking on hot coals. And his toes hurt.
Man,
but ultimately, he is devastating in the playoffs. He is devastating in the playoffs, man, with his legs. And I think this is something a lot of defenses kind of fall asleep on at times because he's so prolific and you worried about those weapons downfield. We've seen him in playoff situations, scramble, big scrambles, extending plays to throw the football in order to either bring this team back or make a crushing third down conversion. So this is something that Leslie Frazier, the defensive coordinator for the Bills, is going to have to emphasize as well, because it's easy to forget that Patrick Mahomes can devastate you with his legs in critical third down situations, in the half situations, 2 minutes, and in-game situations. I'm looking forward to seeing how much they pay attention to it.
Hey, man, you said this dude walk around like a soccer mom?
The soccer mom's coming after you.
You know how they walk out with all.
They coming after you.
Hey, I don't care, Key. Key, you know that. I don't care. Listen,
you don't walk around. You walk around however you want. When you got their right arm, you do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And Marcus, my wife's a soccer mom. She takes offense to
Yeah,
that,
come on. And by the way, she moves a lot better than Mahomes does.
She probably walk like that then. She probably walk like that, carrying all that gear.
So stupid, man. So you know how everyone's always like, hey, man, you got to keep Patrick, like to your point a little bit, Marcus, you got to keep Patrick in the pocket. I don't think it's that. Like, I think you got to keep Patrick. You want to move Patrick off his spot without giving him a place to go to. And that's the challenge for guys like Jerry Hughes and Greg Rousseau, the defensive ends, right? Like, when those guys force Patrick to move, you got to make sure that the other side, and Marcus, you kind of taught us all this, the other side is not giving him a place to move. So it's not just as necessarily, well, we got to get Patrick off his spot. I don't care if you get me off my spot if you're giving me another spot to go to. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the big challenge for those two defensive ends. And you kind of talked about this a little bit with Chase Young this year for the Washington football team. Jerry Hughes and Greg Rousseau, it's not go get the sack. It's go make sure that he doesn't hurt you with his legs, right? It's go make sure he doesn't break your back. And it's got to be that team mindset. Because I'm sure Patrick's going, fine, come. I'll find some form of a crease. Go,
And then, to your point, the first guy not going to get the sack.
Right.
It's going to be the rapper. Right. Or it's going to be the guy coming off of a block where Patrick thinks he has a clearing. Or a defensive end that's gotten too high that's going to convert and come back downhill to get him when he's climbing up through the pocket.
Right.
So that's another mindset, the selfishness of D-line play. Sacrifice your rush so your brother can get home. That's how you get these type of guys on the ground.
All right, I'd like to officially issue an apology to all the soccer moms out there. You guys are rock stars, and you run great.
I ain't got nothing against y'all. My mama was a soccer mom.
Hey, and you run just like the best player in the NFL, basically. So it's a good point.
Hey,
right,
listen, Boogie, listen. Soccer moms walk fast because they usually got to get all the gear to the field.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.